Gaeilge agus fáilte arás go Gaeilge and ah-hree. Hello and welcome back to Irish in My Heart. And if you are new here, hello and welcome. Before I start this video, I would just like to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to each and every one of you, because at the weekend I hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which I never expected that. When I started back in November, I never expected that this channel would do so well and get such positive feedback. I'm just so happy that there's so many people around the world who want to learn the Irish language. I'm just so glad that I can help you. So today the topic of this video is how to use the past tense in Irish. In my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, the past tense is the easiest tense in Irish. I'm going to go through the rules with you for putting verbs into the past tense, and I'm also going to explain basic sentence structure in Irish. Brish means verbs and reeh means regular. So regular verbs. I forgot to tell you how to say past tense in Irish, and that is amsir-catcha, so regular verbs in the past tense. There are irregular verbs, brish and nyee, and I'm going to explain that in my next video. I'm going to make a video about that, so stay tuned for that. Rule number 1, add a H after the first letter of verbs that begin with consonants. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of verbs and how to put them in the past tense. First we have kyan-nee. Kyan-nee means to buy. So past tense of hyan-nee, bought, is hyan-nee. Kyan-nee to hyan-nee. So we just add a H after the C. Shool, which means to walk, you just add H after S and it becomes Siúl. Brish, which means to break, is brish. So notice how adding the H changes the pronunciation. So with kyan-nee, it softens it to hyan-nee, and with shool, it's like Siúl. So you drop the S. With brish, it sounds like a V. So B and H together usually sounds like a V, except for when it's BHA, BHO, or BHU, the broad vowels. That's when it sounds like a W. There are a few consonants which are an exception to that rule. L, N, or SC, SM, and SP. With verbs that begin with those letters, you don't add anything. I'll give you an example of a verb beginning with each of those letters. Léim means to jump. For past tense, you just leave it as it is. Léim. Nyee means to wash. Leave that as it is, don't add anything. Or reeh is the verb for run. So past tense, it stays the same. Reeh, ran. A verb beginning with SC, scub, which means to brush, and brushed is scuab. Smwee-nee is the verb for to think. Sprag means to encourage. Encouraged is sprag. Moving on then to the vowels. So if you want to put a vowel in the past tense, you have to add casu, and casu is the little apostrophe. I nearly forgot the name of it there. You add casu before a verb that begins with a vowel. I'll give you an example for each vowel. Ah-hree means to change. Dah-ree is changed. All means to drink. Dal is drank. Ull-wee means to prepare. Ull-wee is prepared. And now for verbs that begin with the vowels I or E, when you add the casu, it changes the pronunciation of the verb. For example, eat is to eat. When you add the casu to put it in the past tense, it's going to sound like a J, G. The same with E. An example of a verb is Éirigh, to become or to rise. Add a casu and it becomes jeer-ree. Now on to the 4th rule, F. I didn't mention F earlier in the consonants that are an exception to the rule of adding a H, because F is different. It doesn't stay the same. It actually combines the rule for consonants and vowels. For example, fole-lim means to learn. So if you want to put that in the past tense, you add a D casu before the F and you add a H after the F. The verb goes from fole-lim to do-lim. And notice how I don't pronounce the F, so the F becomes silent. That is a bit of a strange one, I know, but just maybe like keep something in mind to remind you, like F is freaky.
I don't know. Freaky F.
Something that works for you. So that is all the rules for regular verbs being put into past tense. There are irregular verbs, as I mentioned at the start, reeh, nyee. I'm going to be making a video on them, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe and click the little bell beside subscribe and set it to all. That way you'll get a notification every time I upload and when I upload my next video about the regular verbs. Part 2 of the video is going to be about basic sentence structure in Irish. So in English, when you're forming a basic sentence like I broke the plate, the structure of that sentence is the subject comes first, I am the subject, the verb comes second, broke, and then the object comes last. The plate, subject, verb, object. I broke the plate. In Irish, it goes verb, subject, object. That sentence in Irish, I broke the plate, you would say brish, may, and flatta. The verb comes first, brish, broke, subject, I, may, object, and flatta, the plate. Broke I the plate instead of I broke the plate. When you're forming basic sentences in Irish, the verb comes first. So I hope that this video was easy to understand. I tried to break it down as simply as possible. Trust me, the past tense is easy in Irish, so enjoy learning it because it does get more difficult with the present tense and the future tense. That was the past tense in Irish. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, then please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I will be posting some examples of verbs on my Instagram, so please go and follow that. I'll have it on the screen and linked in the description box below. There's loads of extra content on my Instagram, which I like to try and post about 4 to 5 times a week on there. So if you want to learn more Irish, then please go and follow my account and stay tuned for my video about irregular verbs. Ullmhaigh agus sláán leat. Another example, shool, which means to walk.